I'm Arne Slot, this is Unpacked.
Who looks after you to help you settle in and find a house?
At a big club like this, the club really helps you with this. So we have player care, and these people also help the staff. So I've viewed a lot of houses, a bit more than I would have liked to, but in the end I found a real nice one. And then everything is taken care of. That's the one of the good things of our lives, that there's so much help for me and my family and my staff members as well to feel welcome here and to help us to feel good.
Do managers have to do initiations like players do?
Maybe that's different at every club, but I haven't done this at all the clubs I've worked, and I haven't done it over here as well. I think usually it's about the players. Sometimes they try to bring the manager into this as well, but at this club that didn't happen.
Who was the first person you met with when you joined the club?
I think it was my media day, and he's standing there. It was Tony Barrett who I met back then, one of the first, I think. He told me what I could expect that day, and apart from him there were some security people and kitchen staff that I met. So it immediately gave me a feeling that I felt really welcome over here.
Okay, what happens on your first day at a new club?
It was, like I said, the media day. So what happened was I got a bit of a taste what I'm used to now. So I would almost say large part of my job is sitting in front of you or sitting in front of the camera. And that day was also like this. So I had a lot of interviews. And I got a lot of interviews later on, but fortunately there's still enough time to work with the players as well. But in this country there's a lot of time for the media.
A lot of people like me sitting here talking to you. Does it get overwhelming at times when you're joining a new club and you have to meet all the new players and you're doing the media and the new staff, especially somewhere like this where there is so many eyes on it?
Yeah. No, I don't think the media, because that is not overwhelming. But if you start at a new club in a different country, you hardly know the faces, let alone their names. The only ones you know are the players. But there's, at a club like Liverpool, so many staff members that in the beginning it's all new faces, new names. It's all in a different language. So the whole day is talking in a different language. So that is overwhelming, if you want to call it that way. But like it is in life, if you work somewhere 1 or 2 weeks, you get to know the place, you get to know where the toilets are and where the kitchen is, and where and you get used to it day by day more. And I think I know almost all of the names of the staff now, which is normal after 3 months, but it takes a while.
How do you get to know each player in your new squad? What's that process like?
It's day-by-day work. So I still get to know every player better and better. It's a lot about bringing your ideas to the players. It's a lot about getting to know them, where they feel, how they feel in certain positions, how they feel playing with each other, and in the tactics we want to bring in. So you do this in team meetings, but you also do this in individual meetings. And during those individual meetings, you hear about their private lives more and more as well. So it's a process that continuously going. But I'm not a type of manager that wants to get to know them within the first week, that I'm having 150 meetings. No, it's bit by bit, trying to implement playing style and trying to get to know the players better.
Are you part of any WhatsApp groups with any players? Do you chat to them outside of training at all?
Not in a WhatsApp group.
You prefer to stay out of it?
Yeah. I don't think players like to be in a WhatsApp group with the manager. At least that was how I felt when I played. You don't feel free to communicate, I think, and sometimes you do text message a player or they text message me, but that's not in a group, no.
Do you implement any new rules for the players when you're starting a new club, and if so, what are those rules?
Maybe we've implemented 1 or 2, and if you ask me which ones, I don't even maybe know which they are. Like I said, there was a real good culture in players being in time, so I hate it if we have to talk about fines or all these kind of things for players being too late. It's normal that you are in time. But that culture was already here, and I can't come up actually with a rule that I've changed. The only one, I don't know if it's a rule, but they were used to going into hotels a lot the day before the game. And that's what we've changed, because I felt my staff feels like the best place to sleep is your own bed. So it gives you the best rest possible. So that's not a rule, but that's maybe one of the few things we've changed, that players are before a home game in their own house, in their own bed, instead of being in a hotel. Yeah, but that's not a rule, but that did change. Yeah.
No fines handed out then here?
Yeah, they have a list of fines, but the players take care of themselves, and that's what they already did in the past few years, and we just kept it like this. But the way I feel it, the way I see it, I don't think players get a lot of fines, but because they're always in time, and that's the culture I was talking about that Jürgen left behind. Maybe a bit of a German culture of always be in time, where we Dutch maybe are sometimes a bit different in this, but I really like it, because every time I want to start a session or a meeting, or they are here in the gym, players are always in time. And that in Holland is not always as common as it is over here.
Do managers use social media at all?
I don't use social media, no.
Don't even look at it?
Depends on what is social media. I do watch some websites about football, because I want to know, especially their Dutch websites, what's happening over there, which players are making a transfer, or how are the clubs doing. But I'm not into Instagram or X, I think it is at the moment. No, I have no account over there.
Won't be seeing you on TikTok anytime soon then?
I don't expect to, no. Don't expect me to.
How long does it take for a new group of players to understand your ideas? You've spoken about it being a process, but do you feel that early on the philosophy is already being understood by players?
Yeah, to a certain extent, but that has a lot to do with what I said just a minute ago, that in playing style there are a lot of similarities between what we are trying to do now and what we're used to. And of course, certain details or certain game situations we want them maybe to act a bit differently than they were used to, but it helps if you take over from a game philosophy that was quite the same, and it helps that these players have a lot of quality, because the more quality they have, the earlier they understand and the earlier they can execute, and the moment they execute you can show the clips how you want it, and then it goes quite fast. So it always depends on which group you take over from the former manager. And I was lucky enough that they were not only understanding the game of football really well, but there was also a fantastic culture inside this club when it's about what do you do on a daily basis to become a better player. Are you every time in time for a meeting or for the sessions? And that culture Jürgen brought in really well. So it was easy for me to start in a lot of perspectives, but yeah. It's been nice till now.
How would you describe your philosophy?
Like I think a lot of managers that are currently around in football, I think most of them want the ball more than the opponent. And if you want that, then you need to press the other team high. And you have to have a clear idea when you have the ball, what you want with this. So you see this a lot in modern day football. I think a few years ago it was a bit more equal. Some managers would like to defend, some others would like to attack. But you see now, especially in the top clubs in every country, that they prefer the playing style with their team having the ball a lot.
How do you balance your personal life and the demands of being a football manager? Talk us through maybe your daily routine.
Yeah, that's now a bit more difficult, I would say, than it was when I worked in Holland, because when you work in Holland, there's a lot of time, not a lot of time, there's maybe not a lot of time as well, but the time that there is left, you can visit your friends and your family. And going abroad on your own, mostly on your own, that means if you have some time off, you are like, what am I going to do? Okay, let's take my MacBook again and work again. So the balance in having spare time, is that the way you say it as well? And work has shifted a lot towards work, which is, if you started a new club, maybe a good thing. But it did change by going abroad.
What's your schedule like in the 24 hours leading up to a game? Can differ, I know, when you've only got 1 day to prepare or 2 days to prepare, but in general, what was your schedule leading up to a game look like?
It's a lot about watching games from the other team and preparing my meeting. I always have, on a game day, I have my game plan meeting, which we've tried to implement in the days before in training sessions as well, but then show them even more what they can expect and what we want from them. So my main focus is on my meeting on a game day, and to finish that off in the best possible ways, to prepare the team in the best possible way. And then afterwards I'm quite relaxed because I think I did what I had to do till the moment the game starts, and then you have to be ready to adjust if needed. But I think I'm quite focused. I prepare to be either by myself or with my kids and my wife, but I don't like friends or family to come over at a game day because I'm a bit focused on the game and on the meeting I present.